Police surround a mansion in Thailand. Inside, a woman sits calmly, her designer bag at her side. She's been accused of something almost unimaginable: seducing and blackmailing dozens of Buddhist monks, men who had taken vows of celibacy for millions of dollars. This is Sika, a woman whose life story sounds like fiction, yet it's horrifyingly real. Over a decade, she amassed over 80,000 secret photos, 5,000 videos, and nearly $12 million USD by exploiting the very men worshippers looked up to for spiritual guidance. How did a young, ordinary woman rise to become the most feared figure in Thailand's religious underworld? And what lengths did she go to manipulate, seduce, and control some of the most respected monks in the country? Before we dive into this unbelievable story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because what you're about to hear is shocking, mysterious, and will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about trust, faith, and human temptation. In 2013, Sika was just 23, young, ambitious, and determined to live a life beyond her modest means. She had charm, beauty, and a magnetic personality that drew people toward her. Fate intervened in the form of Abbot, the head monk of a respected local monastery. To Sika, he was intriguing, a man of authority, wisdom, and respect. They met under ordinary circumstances, but their connection quickly became more personal. Although Abbot had taken vows of celibacy and humility, the forbidden attraction between them grew. Their relationship started with casual meetings and conversations, but soon escalated into a secret affair. Sika was enamored, believing she had found a once-in-a-lifetime love. Abbot provided attention, emotional support, and affection that made her feel wanted. Yet he was a monk, which meant no marriage, no public acknowledgement, and no true commitment. Still, Sika didn't care. She was in love, completely devoted, and thought Abbot felt the same, though, as it would later become clear, he did not. Abbot wasn't an ordinary monk. As Abbot, he had access to temple donations, which should have been used for spiritual purposes. Instead, he began buying Sika lavish gifts: a Mercedes, jewelry, apartments, giving her the life she had always dreamed of. For Sika, this was paradise, a life of luxury and love, but built on a foundation of secrecy and moral compromise. However, happiness was short-lived because Abbot's attention wasn't exclusive. One day, Sika discovered that Abbot had been involved with multiple women simultaneously. Her heartbreak was devastating. The man she had loved, trusted, and sacrificed for was not faithful, and the illusion of love shattered. This betrayal transformed Sika's heartbreak into rage, and from that point on, she decided to take control and get revenge, not just emotionally, but financially. Sika's first target was a high-ranking monk. She invited him to her home under the pretense of needing help with religious items, but once he arrived, she seduced him. After their encounter, she casually asked for 100,000 baht, around $3,000 USD. Terrified of exposure, the monk complied. Sika realized that seduction, combined with secrecy, could be a source of endless income. Her scheme had begun. Sika quickly expanded her operations. She identified older, respected monks, seduced them, and after each encounter, requested money. When initial compliance wasn't enough, she began secretly recording photos and videos during these encounters. Even seemingly innocent pictures, a monk holding her hand or rubbing her foot, were enough to destroy reputations if exposed. She had discovered a powerful lever: leverage. With these materials, she could coerce monks into paying large sums. With each payment, Sika's lifestyle escalated. She indulged in luxury shopping sprees, spending $92,000 on a single outing, while simultaneously developing a taste for online gambling, placing bets as high as $15,000 at a time. Even losses were irrelevant, because she could always extort more money from the next monk she seduced. Over time, her wealth grew, and so did her collection of phones and devices, storing tens of thousands of incriminating photos and videos. 2024, Sika's story took a shocking turn. She became pregnant. The alleged father was not an ordinary monk, but a prominent leader of a famous Bangkok temple. Known as Baby Daddy Monk, he was a high-profile religious figure with influence and status. Seeing opportunity, Sika demanded 7.2 million baht, roughly $222,000 USD, in child support. He refused, not realizing that Sika held the power to ruin him with her collection of explicit evidence. Faced with impossible demands and potential exposure, Baby Daddy Monk made a dramatic decision. He disappeared. He left the monkhood, abandoned his temple, and vanished from public life. His disappearance triggered alarm, investigation, and eventually revealed the wider scope of Sika's operations. Baby Daddy was not alone. At least 9 other monks admitted to being blackmailed by Sika, each facing public humiliation and career destruction. The scandal broke wide open. Thailand was in shock. Faithful followers questioned the integrity of their religious leaders. Temples were forced to issue statements. Monks were disrobed and publicly shamed. Sika's empire of seduction and blackmail, which had netted nearly $12 million, could not escape the scrutiny of the law. Early in 2025, police raided her mansion, confiscating dozens of phones, hard drives, and other evidence. Sika was detained, facing trial, while her victims, powerful monks, were left disgraced. Sika's story is a chilling mix of desire, manipulation, greed, and revenge. For the monks, it was a tale of temptation, moral failure, and lost spiritual authority. For the public, it was a scandal of faith and trust violated. And for Sika, it was a rise and fall marked by ambition, intelligence, and ruthless strategy. Even now, as she waits for trial, the questions linger. Was Sika purely motivated by greed, or was this a response to heartbreak and betrayal? How many others might be living in the shadows, ready to exploit desire and trust in similar ways? Her story is shocking, unbelievable, and yet real. Sika walked the line between brilliance and destruction, leaving chaos in her wake. Her tale is a warning. Power, temptation, and human desire can corrupt even the most sacred institutions. And while Sika's empire may have collapsed, the echoes of her scandal will continue to fascinate, horrify, and provoke debate for years to come. So, what really happens when temptation, greed, and secrecy collide? Sika's empire of seduction and blackmail may have collapsed under the weight of the law, but the echoes of her scandal continue to shock Thailand and the world. Were her actions purely for money, or was there a deeper revenge against those who broke her heart? How many other Sikas could be out there, waiting in the shadows, ready to exploit desire and trust in ways we can barely imagine? If this story left you speechless, drop a comment with your thoughts, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable stories that blur the line between reality and chaos.